Hello, 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 sweet souls. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. And welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just going to get my desktop all set up here, get everything arranged so we can begin the readings. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. And if you guys are enjoying the free readings, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. That does tell me you're enjoying free readings, and YouTube as well. And it can be part of the Love Tsunami. That does help spread the Zen love because YouTube algorithms love the likes. And when we do that, it automatically shares my videos with other people as well. So thank you for all of you that do that. It is free, something everyone can do, and it means a lot. So I appreciate you doing that. All right. So I did that. Let me just make sure. Got everything going here. All right, looks good. All right, and before we get into the readings, I'd just like to make sure everyone knows all the free stuff that's available right now. We have the winter summer solstice coming up here, December 21st. So I have a special pick a card that offers three pick a cards you can choose from. And then also, this one has a little added second portion for the reading, which gives a one card theme for the solstice for each of the individual zodiac signs. And there's also a little chart that, and I put it in the description box of the video too, of each of the planets and what area of our life it rolls over. So if you know your like let's say your Mars sign and where your Mars, is in your birth chart, that rolls over like our authority figures and masculine energy. And so if you want to know how that's impacted, you can look up that sign and see for the solstice period how it impacts it. So it's pretty cool. So be sure to check that out. And then, of course, the solstice in December marks the beginning of Capricorn season, and I put out a Capricorn pick a card here on Wednesday. So happy birthday to all you Capricorn sun babies. There's a pick a card for all of us, three to choose from. And for you Capricorn sun babies, there's a bonus 3-month birthday reading in there. So be sure to check that out. And I have been doing monthly giveaways. I'm going to change that up starting this month, but this video talks about the November winners and also how you can have a chance at winning a 30-minute past life reading. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm offering past life readings to the public as a special type of reading. This video talks about what the past life reading is and what it includes. And they're half off until now, until the end of the year, too. You can get a half-hour reading for $10 US and an hour past life reading for $25. So if you're interested, you can check all that out in those videos. All right, so that's the skinny on all of that. Let me just move that out of the way. And we'll get into the readings. Hey, Tammy. Hello, hello. And Paula. Hello. Jean, Daisy, Dollface Diva, Felicia Fang. I know I finished up just like a half hour or so ago I had so many donations in the morning, which I appreciate. That's how I live and survive. That I went back on to do free readings, and it ran until 5:30. So I left, and then I came back on. So hello, hey Dejona, welcome, welcome. All right, so let me get this changed to live chat here so I can get everything. All right, perfect. All right, I think we are good to go. So we'll start off with Felicia. Hey, Felicia. So you want to know, will you meet love in the beginning of 2024? All right. So I'm continuing to use the enchanted Forhaxa tarot that I've been using all weekend, which in case you're interested in them, this is what the box looks like. If you purchase them at your regular card shop, hey, let's take a look here and see. Will you meet love at the beginning of 2024? All right, let's see what Spirit has here for you. Well, there is a possibility of love in the beginning of 2024. You have the Empress, which is new birth, new passion, new sensuality. So new things coming in here. There is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture in here. And when I say there's a possibility, this Five of Swords here is the card of mental conflict, right? And so the reason why it's the possibility is if you look into these conflicting thoughts you have around love, then those things are what allow you to open up and receive love. But if there's that conflict going in, that's what makes it difficult. Because when there's the battle that's going on inside of you is between your heart and your mind, and your heart wants what it wants, right? And your mind thinks it's supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, must. These rules around love, right? All these stories it has around love. And it's like they're not jiving, right? The heart's going, "I want this," and the mind is going, "No, no, no, you don't deserve that. You can't have that. That's not what it's allowed. This all has to happen first. This is what it has to be." Blah 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 blah. Right. So if you look into those things and go, "All right, what are my thoughts? Where do these come from? Where do these stories about what love is supposed to be, where does it come from?" And question it and transform it. And it allows, because when we have a lot of expectations around things, love and whatever, we kind of blind ourselves. It's like those horse blinders they put on horses where they can't see to this way, and they put them on so they're not startled, right? And but this also limits the view, that I can only see this, and I'm missing out on this love of my life over here because I'm blinded to it. And so this is what spirit is saying, is question these thoughts and these beliefs and mindsets, and you definitely have the possibilities of love to come in. And the more you look at that and reflect on it, journal on it, um, question it, the transformation comes. So that is what is coming through for you, Felicia. So many blessings to you, and happy love search. All right. All right. I get you. I get you. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Spiritual Journey Tarot, for your donation. It's coming through right now. Let me just check over here. Hasn't come through the email yet, but I think it's coming through on the Cash app. Yeah, let me just make sure. It looked like there was another one too. Come on. I think those are from earlier, actually. All right. Yeah, it's just a different name than what yours is here. So thank you for your donation, Spiritual Journey Tarot. And if you pop your question in there, we will. There it comes. Now it comes through the email, of course, after I look it all up. Hey, Amber, we'll get to you. We'll get to you. Desperate need. You have to post it. You don't have to. I can just pull cards and spirit knows. But if you want to post it, you can. Hey, Asuna, you'll be up next after that. Too funny. I love you guys. Glad you all have a sense of humor. All right. All right. So, how does B feel about the communication today? You think you should back off. All right. Well, let's take a look here and see what spirit is letting you know here about the communication that you had today. And what advice do they have? What do they think about you backing off? We'll see if they have anything else here. All right. So, what do they have going on here? Oh, we got the Three of Swords coming in here. A little bit of disappointment and fear And the Page of Air, though, which is Page of Swords, which is about looking at things from a different perspective and trying to look at things differently too. So I see why I, I see why you have this like ugh, kind of feeling toward it because I almost feel like there's almost like this sense of you have to walk on eggshells because are they like super sensitive? Um, like they get their feelings hurt easy or they go into reactive mode fast. But that's what you see, but on the back end, you know, it makes them think and they want to look at things. Cuz, we have here you think so, yeah. I get that sense. But when it goes, do you think you should back off? There's like 5 cards and we'll look at these. Oh wow. Yeah. So, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun card. Only 2 of the most beneficial cards in the entire deck, right? And then yeah, I think you're gonna back off because you got the you got the Tower card coming in here. And then you've got the Queen of Cups, trusting your gut and instinct, and the Elder of Fire, which is the King of Wands, taking your action, right? Trusting your gut, burn down the tower, and and do what you feel that you're wanting to do here. Oh, it's so funny too. See if I can get it to focus in here. You see how in one hand they got the sun, in the other hand they've got cobwebs. It's like, do I want the sun or do I want, you know, cobwebs? So, yeah, it just doesn't take much for them to react. I see her with these 3 of swords. It just feels like they've got a lot of pain, a lot of rules, so many rules that they grew up with, and it just feels like it is the spider web. Oh, I get it. So the spider web, you know how like a spider, it like sometimes will sit in the middle of spider web or it's off to the side and it has kind of one of its legs on the web because the web, anything touches it, it sends all of this shockwave through the entire web for them to know, oh, there's something there, there's something there, there's something there. And I feel like there's just so much, and my heart goes out to them because I can feel their anxiety. It's like they have such high anxiety, so many fears, so many things going wrong, so much big fear of failure, fear of rejection, which means they had a ton of it growing up. That such a high bar, they couldn't do anything right. Yeah. And, it's just, yeah, exactly. Good words. Overexcited, overwhelmed. It's brings on so much. And it's all or nothing type of, it was like with their childhood growing up, they either were way up or a failure, and they were hardly way up. They were always, there's something that people were nitpicking that fail, 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 fail. And it's like, what does that do? Yeah, yeah, fight or flight. Fear comes off that way, defensiveness, right? Um, a hissing cat attacks and runs away. So they got a lot to go to work on, and they can transform in their fears. So I get you where you're just like, seriously? You go, I didn't even do anything. Yeah, you're like, okay, simmer down, grasshopper, simmer down. Yeah, the defensiveness, right? I gotta be right, or I gotta blame others, or I'm a failure, and so I can't be wrong. I have to be right, or someone else has to be wrong. Not me. No, that kind of energy. Poor little feller. But yeah, send them lots of love from a distance. But I get you. I get you, spiritual journey. Um, yeah. Yeah, I like it. He scared you. Yeah. Well, it makes you feel unsafe and, out of control, right? When your little inner child feels that way, it's like, "Danger, danger." And then I don't feel like you're a fighter. I feel like you're more of a, I'm tired of eating crow. I'm not gonna fight. I'll just drift away. Bye." So, you can look at the fears within you. Nothing happens by accident. So, there's definitely something that you can look at with it within yourself too. So, all right. So that is what is coming in for you, spiritual journey. So it's like, I'm just gonna step away from the storm and let all that happen over there. All right. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation and many blessings to you. And then Asuna-san, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love since it lets me. Anyone to know, is Riza's feelings more into you than Cindy? Ooh. All right, let's take a look here and see. Let's look at the difference between the two here. So these are their feelings for you. This is the feelings for them. All right. Wow, I don't I really don't I'll show you this here. Yeah, exactly. You're so funny, spiritual journey tarot. Yeah, yeah. So, with their feelings for you, for you, Asuna, for Reza, I'm getting the peace of mind with the Four of Swords, which is stable mind. They also have the Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight. So they, like to take things slow here. And then we have the Chariot, which then is speeding up. So I see here this energy you probably feel from them is like they're here, they're back, they're here, they're back. It's like whoop, it's like you're getting whiplash. They speed up and then they slow down. They speed up and then they slow down, and they're really trying to figure things out there. But I don't feel, I mean, the Chariot card is Cancer sign, which is emotion. So there's emotional movement and emotional energy there. And then with yeah, you're like, yes. With Cindy, they got the Five of Cups, like crying, and the Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords. So, it's like they're trying to understand these emotions here because they feel a lot of they're focused on the lower vibration emotions they feel with Cindy, and they're trying to look at it from a different point of view and trying to understand it. But there's just something I feel like that Cindy that just triggers some old painful emotions that either she reminds them of someone else or they have previous history with them or something. Probably a combination of both, but I feel like out of them all, I mean, um, I don't see movement. I just feel them trying to understand and get clarity around why they feel this way with Cindy, but more so. Ah, okay. Yeah. But I feel more with you. I mean, I feel like they see progression. The Knight of Earth, the Knight is movement, and the Chariot is movement and peace of mind. And like I said, the Chariot is Cancer, which is a huge emotional sign. So I just feel like they're in this piece, this kind of slow movement, um, but definitely movement with you. And like you said, the they'll speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down. and they're trying to understand, their feelings more with their boss here, but I feel like, and that makes sense if they are kind of his boss. There might be these emotions of female authority, like with older sisters, aunts, mom, grandma, that might be popping in there, that because of the they're an authority in a way over him. And if it's kind of his boss, it's almost like um it's almost like his an older sister, right? You're not my mom, but you act like my mom. So I feel like that they're trying to understand it here, but um, you know, I feel like there's a lot of, it's transformation and conflict with emotion more between the two of them, and with it being that kind of relationship. But it's not like obvious. It's not like, oh yeah, definitely they do. Like, feeling have more feelings for Cindy than you. I just feel like they're very slow in movement, and then I don't, and this energy just feels like they don't know what they want, and so they're kind of like, that's why they pull back here too. That the chariot is all that choice. They're like, I don't know what I want. I can't make up my mind. And but I don't feel like there's the strong emotion like they are desiring to be with Cindy with this. I feel like it's more bringing in conflict in their emotions than that. It's interesting, especially if they pick up that they like him a lot and they're kind of their boss. One, inappropriate, awkward. But what if you don't? What if you don't feel the same? Do you feel it's going to impact you in your work? And this emotional conflict that comes in. So they're trying to understand it and trying to figure it out. But I don't feel like they're just emotionally confused. I think a bit. They don't know what they want um, in general, but definitely feel like there's this conflict when it comes to Cindy. So that's what's coming in there, Asuna. So hopefully that resonates and makes sense. But that's what they have. So what are you gonna do if they can't make up their mind? You know what? That's fine. Psst, if that's what I used to say. When I got more confidence in myself, of course. In the beginning, all you had to do was show attention towards me, and I'm like, "Oh, you like me? Okay, I like you too." That didn't turn out so well. Um, but eventually I learned, you know what? If you can't decide whether you have feelings and or you're interested in me or not, then you're stupid, and and that's fine. If you can't see what a good catch I am, then you're blind and you don't deserve me. Dismissed. And that's why I'm single. But no, I don't feel maybe not like towards Cindy. I don't It would be like having romantic feelings towards your older sister. It's like, no, no, because they feel like they're an authority, and they feel like, um, you know, I, um, I just don't feel like they have that kind of emotions for them. Yeah, I mean, it just feels like awkward for them because they're like, but you're kind of my boss, and this is not appropriate. And what if there's all these fears and all this stuff, all this leftover emotions from their past and everything too. So I just don't feel like um, they would allow it because it's taboo. It's kind of like it is like having feelings for your boss. It's kind of like, oh no, 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 as they say in the United States, don't poop where you eat. It's like, because what if, yeah, if things work out and you get married and you work together, most companies have rules. You cannot have romantic feelings for your boss. So, very interesting. You're very welcome, Asuna. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Yeah, Tammy, you like that? All right, so let's jump back up to the free readings, and we got Doll Face Diva. Anything Spirit wants you to know at this time. Let's take a look here. All righty. So, wow, you got the Six of Pentacles and the Elder of Water, which is the King of Cups, balancing of heart and mind. And I like this balancing energy because the Six of Earth, the Six of Pentacles, sometimes will have like a scale, right? This balancing out of things. And I like this the balancing that you're having right now between your head and your heart rolls out to the outside world, which is the earth, right? And so there's this beautiful balancing of things coming into your life. And I like this. I feel like spirit is letting see the difference um when you when you're calm, you see the world as calm. When you're have chaos inside, you see the world having chaos. And I feel like you're seeing the difference between that you realize that we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. Like they're reminding me of when I worked in a call center and was taking phone calls, and I had a day where, it was a big aha day, which is I feel like they're bringing for you here is like I all the customers I get were cranky and no sense of humor and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wow, what's wrong with these people? And then I realized, oh, I think they're a mirror for me, and it's because I'm cranky. So I took my break, walked outside, got a fresh air, came back with a new attitude, and the calls the rest of the day were all people that were happy, joyful, and everything else. And at first, I'm like, did someone change the skill on my phone where they turned off the nasty customers and I got all the nice ones? But I knew it was me because I changed my reflection of the outside world changed. So I feel like that is what is coming in for you, Dollface Diva, like this awareness of all that headed your way, and you're able to see things that way. So I like it for you, and that's what they have. So get ready for it. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Trouble Woman. Thank you. I saw your donation came through here. So we'll jump down to you. Good to see you, Double Trouble. And thank you for your donation. So, will Ryan ever leave me alone? Because his family keeps bothering me. Uh, Should you just give up? I think you mean should I? Yeah, you should get. uh, yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, should you give up? Let's see here. Well, look, focus on here. Will Ryan ever leave you alone? What are you giving up on? What are they bothering you about? You can't give up on them bothering you. That's them giving up on bothering. I mean, the other way around, right? Well, I like the energy of the bottom here because you have the magician, which does say that you have all the power within you to, have things come to uh, fruition here, or come to some calmness. You also have the Four of Cups, which is emotional stability that comes in as well. So I like this that you have the power to bring the emotional stability in, and we'll take a look at the cards here too. Um, but a lot of what I feel here is whatever you focus on, with the magician is what grows and expands. And so the more we focus in on like things that we hate in our life that are going on, like this situation, the more I focus my energy on it, the more I'm telling the universe, oh, you know what? I really love feeling this way. Can you make them just continue and get even, more expressive and even more in my business and keep bothering me and even bother me even more, right? And they're like, "Ooh, all right." They're like, "Sure, if that's what you want," but that's what we're telling them with our energy. Wherever we focus our energy, it's like I mentioned it lately because it was a beautiful picture Spirit gave in my head. It's like a little kid going into a donut shop with a glass case, and they go in, they point at this donut over and over and over again, this donut they hate. They're pointing at this donut, and so the baker goes, "Oh, you want a dozen of those?" and loads them up, and the kid goes, "No, I hate those." And then the baker goes, "Hey, an idea is point at what you love, which donuts you love, and I'll give you dozens of that instead." And so there's this power where if you focus in your energy on what you're grateful for, what you love, what joy, laughter, celebration, then we're telling the universe, "I really love feeling this way. Can you bring me more things to make me feel this way?" And when we're not giving energy into this situation, then it drifts away because I'm not attracting it. Like attracts like. And so my energy changes. And I see that here because you do have, here's the power of emotional choice, which is you get to choose what emotion you want to feel in each moment. It's either going to be lower vibrational fear energy or higher vibrational gratitude, unconditional love, joy, laughter. And you have the Four of Earth, which brings you a solid, safe feeling, solid foundation in the outside world. Four of Water, you got stable emotions, you have stable outside world. So your energy can do that. Otherwise, and otherwise it'll just continue to have the troublesome the troublesome people come in, right? But it is happening on purpose for purpose as well. It's not by accident because you have the Five of Pentacles and you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is brings in what of our fears, what small t truths do we have, that we beliefs about ourselves that cheat us out of things in our life that deceive us, right? And then the Five of Earth is feelings of lack, abandonment, feeling less than, left behind. And so this energy that comes in, it always happens for us so that we can see things and be aware of it. And so it's like, well, what do I fear from them? First we focus on gratitude, love, and all that higher vibration. And when we're in this peaceful place, then we can calmly just reflect, not activate our fears and everything, but go, what am I fearing in this situation? You know, like looking at it from a distance to where, you're like on a train going past something, looking out, watching it from a distance, not like actually out in it. Otherwise, you'll reactivate your fears, and then you're just like, "Wow!" So it's like understanding what does this what's my fear around Ryan not leaving me alone, his family bothering me, and 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 when you look at it all and go, okay, I see what I'm fearing, and I see that it's a lie. I do not need to fear that because you'll find the truth in it as you see it. And then you're like, oh, okay. So now I see why this happened on purpose for me. It's not happening to me. And then we change from that lower energy of being a victim to situations to feeling empowered because I realize I chose this to happen for me. So now I can ask myself, why did I want this to happen for me? And I learn from it. I change my energy and then it drifts away because it's done its job. But if I don't look at it, we'll have like as as we used to say earlier in my when I was starting to learn stuff, and I go, the lesson is repeated until it's learned. It's like it's continually shown to me until I see what I've wanted to see. And that's a more positive thing. It's not like, you're gonna keep doing it until you learn your lesson. It's not like that. It's like I have asked before I came down here, these souls continue to show me what I want to see until I see it. And that's what they're doing. So it will continue until you see what you're wanting to see in the situation. So this should help. Now that you're aware of it, you're going, okay, let me step away, see what I want to see, and then see ya. Then drift away. So I like it. All right. So that is what they have for you, Double Trouble. So hang in there, my dear, and many blessings. Again, thank you for your donation. Greatly appreciated. All right. And so we'll continue here. So Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. I am well. Let me just take a look here. Just want to make sure here. I see Asuna, you retracted your message on your donation. I'm just going to double check because before that, you used to actually retract the donation too. It's not supposed to, but I will double check. I just want to do that for um, research purposes because thought they fixed it, but you know how that goes. All right. So, Daisy, Daisy, hey, 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 I am well. And I hope you are well. You want to know, what does Spirit want you to know for the next 3 months? All right, let's see here. What is one thing they definitely want you to know here? All right. Well, you have the Hierophant here, which is about learning and like teaching and learning, and the Eight of Fire, the Eight of Wands. I feel like there's going to be very fast movement and a lot of great ahas that happen here in both life knowledge and life wisdom, and also, I believe you're in school, right? With the teaching and the learning that comes in here. There's just the Hierophant being a major arcana is seeing some capital T truths of your life and understanding that comes through here. And and I feel like there's just that knowledge, it just booms, boom, boom. Eight of Wands is a lot of fiery, fast moving energy. Also, it's talks about, over the 3 months, it's like there's this dual path. You're learning a lot in the outside world, but your higher self is pulling you into connection with your soul to see some things, that you've been wanting to see, some things that want to be heard and seen. And the Eight of Fire, the Eight of Wands is also messages from spirit. And so with your soul and your spiritual posse, they're going to be sending you tons of messages, tons of synchronicities, things to draw you inward to like raise your vibration purposely to that of unconditional love and joy and laughter and gratitude. That's the frequency at which spirit speaks. And when we're in that, when we're in chaos and in our fear of the outside world, so noisy, it's hard to hear the whispers of love from above. So as you raise your love vibration, you're able to hear these clear messages that they're just going to be all over the place, outside world, things dropped into your head, memories brought forward, emotions that flood through you, energy. You're going to be getting messages from all over the place. So that's what they have going on for you, Daisy, over the next 3 months. So I like it. And that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And then Jean, hello, hello, Jean. And you may ask, what are Libra's feelings and intentions towards you? All right. A balancer of relationship energy. Let's see here what their intentions are, right? So feelings, intentions. Wow. So they do have these feelings here. I mean, Nine of Cups energy is like, wow, emotional dreams come true. And intentions with the King of Cups is the balancing of heart and mind. So the balancer, duh, right? Of course, we're going to get that for Libra energy, but they are able to balance their heart and their mind. So on one of the scales, they've got, wow, dream come true. Like, look at all this stuff. Their heart thinks you're like, wow, right? But then on the other side of the scale is logic and beliefs and thoughts and mindsets about relationship and love and life, and that balances things out. Otherwise, I feel like their heart would be running out of the cage and humping your leg. They're like, "I love you, I love you." And the mind is like, come back here. Let's balance this out." And they are the masters of balance of relationship and emotion, and they're of course air signs, so that air, that thinking, helps balance out all that heart energy. And this is quite honestly probably such a clear picture of what a Libra sun with their energy would be. And so they have that. They do have a lot of emotion for you and intentions of thinking through things and seeing what they want to do with all of this emotion. There's going to be planning and thinking and reflecting and balancing. And even though it's like a dam, it's only going to let so much through. It's not going to let the whole thing flood. They're going to let it let it be expressed in small pieces. That's their intentions right now. We'll see if they can maintain that because depending on what else they have in their chart, uh, could burn the dam down, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Whoa, where did this come from?" But I feel like it's more, their intentions are to prove the love, prove the emotion, allow the emotion to flow, like I said, trickling out, and then just watching. They're very much feel like they're experimenters. They're like, "Okay, let's see the reaction. Let's see what when I send this down the river, what's the reaction from the townspeople down below?" And I feel like that's what's going on there. So that's what they have for you, Gene. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. And thanks for the reminder about the thumbs up too. Appreciate all of you who are, give the video a thumbs up it by clicking the like button because it does make the YouTube algorithm super excited and it wants to share my videos with others. So you get to be part of the big love tsunami sending Zen love out to the world. So thank you guys for doing that. It's something free that everyone can do. All right. And then Paula, hello, hello. You want to know how does MH feel about you? All right. Let's take a look here. How does MH feel about you? All right. Well, we've got the 8 of Cups, which is letting go of emotions that don't serve and moving forward to like wish fulfillment. And the 3 of Fire, the 3 of Wands, is about changing of directions in their life. So, when I get a combination like this, and it depends on the energy I pick up, of course, it just feels like they're working on cleaning out their heart. And they're reminding me, and then this is funny, they're reminding me, like when I was like probably 5 years old or whatever, and my mom, she worked a part-time job and took care of everything in the house too. And so she was super cleaning the house and she was like, "You need to go outside and play because I'm cleaning the house and I don't want you messing it up." While I'm cleaning it. And I feel like that's what they're doing for everybody. Like everybody outside of my heart, I'm cleaning it out and then I'll invite people back in. And that's what I feel like there's this change of direction in their life and they're just trying to clean out the relationships that don't serve them, emotions that don't serve them. Because the 8 of Cups, they're like on this progression, stepping toward the 9 of Cups, which is a emotional dreams come true. And I feel like they're dumping a lot of their heart out so that they don't take that with them into their relationship. And so I feel like they're not that they're in a recovery, but they're in this. I'm tired of having all this emotional junk. I need to do a heart purge, and that's what they're doing. So I feel like there are feelings for you. Otherwise, they wouldn't have not thrown you out, but you wouldn't be included in those being step outside of my heart while I clean everything because I'm going to shampoo the carpets in my heart and I'm going to repaint and I'm going to get rid of all this junk and make it more simpler and have this space instead of tripping over everything in here. And so I like it because it's like a refreshing thing, but it's just going to be a little bit while they're doing that. So I feel like it will take a different direction, and there is interest, but right now they're not allowing anyone into their heart right now as they clean it up. So hopefully that makes sense, Paula. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue down the list here. And we got Dijona. Hey, Dijona. So a general. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What is Spirit's message for you right now? Right now, right now. Okay. All right. So we do have a bit of balancing coming in with temperance, a bit of patience. And the Knight of Air is this pursuit of truth in capital T truths. And with this combination, I feel like what they're having you say here is this, energy of, you're searching for understanding, you're searching for clarity, you're in this pursuit, maybe even pursuit of if you're wanting to go to school or higher education. It all kind of all falls under the Knight of Air pursuit of the Ace of Swords, which is higher truth, higher knowledge, higher wisdom. And the Temperance is, it takes time. Some things it takes time to sink in, to find things, to find ways. And I do see that the knight does complete the quest and find the knowledge that it's seeking. It's just taking a little bit of time. It's worth the wait, though. Temperance, 2 cups. It starts off with like a base metal, and as it goes back and forth, the magic is transforming it slowly into gold. And it's like, you know what? To turn this little rock into gold, if it takes a little bit of time, I'm okay with that. And so I feel like they're just saying, be patient, it'll be worth the wait, but this higher knowledge and this higher clarity that you're wanting in your life will come. So that's what they have, Dajona. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Tammy, you are up next. And you're welcome, Paula. And you wanted a general reading. So let's see here, Tammy. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So this is a great combination because the 10 of fire, the 10 of wands is about burden and putting so much energy into something. But it also, with the combination being with the Empress, it represents harvest. Um, and let's see, harvest, is that? Yeah, that is the word, because it's, they're carrying all this bundle of stuff on their back, which shows I put in a lot of energy, but I got a lot of benefit. And here I'm carrying it on my back. And then the Empress is about new birth, abundance, overflowing, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture too. And I feel like there's this time you expressed and put a lot of energy into things in your life. And the fruition is coming, but it's also important. Like you were did so much, it's okay to rest. It's okay to care for you and to take care of you. Get ready for this birth. Um and it's kind of like the person who's planted all the seeds, done all the upkeep, getting all ready, and the fruit is on the bushes or whatever, and it's almost ready to harvest, and they're like, okay, so all the work is done, now take time to rest before the harvest, because when it's ready to be picked, there's more to be done of gathering the harvest. And so I like this, like the harvest, the reward is on its way. Take time to rest and gather, nurture yourself, because it is coming, and then you'll have a new opportunity to what's next, right? There's something that's coming to completion, that you're getting the fruition, and then you're able to move forward into a new piece of it. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. You're absolutely welcome, Tammy. All right. Sorry, my mouse is acting weird. Okay, there we go. So, JJJ, you are up next. You want to know, is K your future spouse? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Is K your future spouse? I don't feel like they are. When you get the full card, this is like a brand new adventure, a brand new journey that's coming forward. And the Two of Air here, the Two of Swords, is about closing your mind and opening your heart. And so, with that combination of these, it's basically saying that the choice that you think is the one, in this case, like K, it's like, well, are they the one? And it's like, well, in your mind, they check off all this checklist of the supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's of a spouse. But in your heart is going like, I have other ideas. That's why they're saying close your eyes, open your heart. You'll see that though they seem like, okay, this makes me feel safe and that I'm again checking off all the stuff of my brain thinking of what a spouse should be. There's like, there's other things your heart knows, both intuitively and what it wants. And so that's why we close our eyes, open our heart to allow our heart to have a say so and not making things from our mind, these opinions, the small t truths that are rooted in fear. We're able to see things from our heart, which connects us to capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. So I don't feel like K is that. And if you close your eyes and open your heart, you'll be led into a different adventure with someone else. So that's what's coming in, JJJ. Okay. Sorry, just making sure I'm not missing anyone here. So we'll continue moving down here. So Amber, and I think you put your specific question down below. Okay, yeah. So Amber, in a desperate need, much appreciated. You can pick. You can't pick just one question because you're stressed. I get it, dude. Deep breaths in. That helps come out of that fight or flight that we go into when we feel unsafe and out of control. So take as many deep breaths and hold it as long as you can, and then exhale in through the mouth, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the nose, if you can, and just allow that calmness to come here. So we'll pull cards for whatever spirit wants you to focus most on. What will help you most right now? Breathe, breathe, breathe. It helps so much. It helps us come out of that fight or flight. Because when we're in fight or flight, when our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control, whoop, 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 alarms go off. They throw out the intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us, and a little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat are in charge. And that doesn't go too well because they don't know a whole lot and they'll do whatever they want to do, unintelligent, unloving, uncaring things too, to feel in control and safe again. And so we get it, right? It's like, breathe and let's bring back the adult into the room. So let's take a look here. All right. So, what would you like Amber to know right now, Spirit? Okay. I'm going to pull a couple extra cards for you here. So let's take a look here. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah, I see here. So you definitely are being drawn here into a time of transformation, Amber. You've got the Hanged Man, which is like a kind of like a cocoon hanging from a tree. you know, there's this transformation. Things are falling away. It feels weird because you're letting go of who you were and becoming someone. I mean, to someone you are that's always been inside of you, but it's something different here. You've got the Judgment card too, which is your higher self drawing you into a calling, drawing you to a higher place, the Hanged Man, the Judgment card. And then you have the Nine of Earth too, the Nine of Pentacles, which is about independence, about abundance in the outside world, but it is about spirit drawing you in from the outside world to be with you by yourself with spirit to help transform your worth in relationship to the outside world. So there very much is this indicator here of a lot of change and transformation that's happening. Things are being brought to your awareness that no longer serve you like a caterpillar does. It loses its outer skin to become caterpillar juice for a little bit, which is weird and awkward and feeling strange, but it's transforming into a butterfly. And this is what happens within your cocoon. You've got the Seven of Swords, which talks about you becoming aware of your own thoughts, own beliefs, own mindsets that have cheated you out of things in life, that have deceived you in your life. And all the mirrors around you will show you that those things, because there's these obstacles. When you think of like a 6 or an 8, like of swords, you'd have 3 swords on each side or 4 swords on each side. A beautiful flowing mindset and energy, right? But then you have the 7, which is this big sword, this big boulder right in the middle that is being brought up for you to look at this time. So, when we have all this stuff that is unfolding and happening in your life, um, it is to show you what you are wanting to see, that's bubbling below the surface. These thoughts and mindsets that were developed and they're running on autopilot underneath the surface. But these things are happening so that you become aware of them. They're coming from the subconscious into the conscious world through things happening out there, and triggers happen. You're like, oh, where did that trigger come from? And you're like, now you're aware of the trigger. We can take deep breaths and look and go, what am I fearing in this? What is happening here? And then when we bring things from the darkness into the light, they seem less scary because we see this, that a lot of the roots of fear of rejection, fear of failure and all that, we fear being ostracized from our tribe or from the creator or the universe or whatever it is who we're afraid of being rejected from. And when we realize, people who truly love me unconditionally, like creator and the whole universe, they love us unconditionally. So there's nothing we can do to where they'll ever stop loving us. And it's the humans that we become concerned about. But even though, in those things, I used to care a lot about what people thought until one day spirit was, spirit's just so gentle. They're like, so who are you afraid of that will reject you? And I go, like, you're these friends? I'm like, oh no, they'll love me no matter what, they might, like, smack me upside my head for what for deciding to do what I did, but they'll still love me and I won't get rejected. Well, then who is that? I go, that's the they, the mysterious they that don't know me. And then it was like, well, if we are, why would I care about these people who don't know me, who would make judgments about me without knowing all of the facts? And it's like, yeah, so the opinions they have are unfounded and poor opinions because they don't have all the facts. So why would I want to care about what they think because their opinions are very poor, poorly based? And I was like, wow, it frees us a lot from things. And I do feel here, you've got the Four of Earth, the Four of Pentacles. So there is this feeling of home and safety from the outside world that does come in here. So your outside world will stabilize here, as you look at these things and see what it is that you wanted to learn by experiencing them. When I mentioned a little earlier in another reading, which is it's amazing awareness when we realize that everything that happens in our life is truly for us and that we have asked for it too. I know it's hard for our brain, our humans sometimes go, why would I ask for that? But when we change our energy from like, oh, life is happening to me, because when we're and we come down here to experience it, there's nothing wrong with it to feel like, oh, this lower vibrational emotion and why is this happening to me? And we feel like it's happening to us. We wanted to experience what it was. But when we're tired of it and we're ready for something different, then we can look at it and go, you know what? Why did I want this to happen for me? I asked for it. It's for me. What did I want to learn from it? And there's freedom that comes from all that as well. So that's what they have for you, Amber. Hang in there, my dear. We're sending you lots of love, lots of love. All right. So, Shay B, you are up next. So, you want to know Jordan's thoughts and energy towards you. All right, let's take a look here. What's going on with Jordan? So, thoughts. What are their thoughts first? Okay, and then is their energy towards you here? Okay, all right. Well, the thoughts that we got the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is interesting because for me, it can be, of course, someone from the past coming back, and or you remind them of someone from the past. But lately, with all the energy going on in the world, the 6 of Cups is like past life connection. And I feel like they have this their thoughts right now are, "What is this connection? I don't understand where this is coming from." It's almost like they can't help but feel this connection that's coming in there, and this has got their mind and kind of this pondering of, I don't understand. I don't understand." And I feel like they are a big thinker, because when we're asking about their energy towards you, we do have the energy card of the 9 of Wands, which is a barrier, and there's fear here. And I feel like, it's like all these eyes on the other side of the force, like, "What is out there? I'm scared." And so there's this energy of fear that's there, and it's this unknowingness that, um it's like their little inner child feels unsafe and out of control, and it doesn't know why. And it's like, "I don't understand what's going on. This is weird. This is different. I don't get it." Whoop, whoop, whoop. And so it has these alarms where it's put up the shield because it fears the unknown, and it hasn't felt this low energy below the surface before, which is interesting. But there is this energetic barrier, and they have these fears that are there. And like I said, um, it's just they're picking up all this stuff, and it's like, doesn't have a whole lot to do with anything that you are doing or not doing. It's more based on, like, again, it goes back to, like, these memories that you remind them of someone that hurt them. And so there's this hesitancy, this wall that's up, and maybe it was you in a past lifetime. Were you a mean person? Did you kill him in a past lifetime? And they're like, "I know you." No. But there could be some pain, some memories, some connections below the surface. And some could be you from past lives, but there also could be that you do remind them of someone in this lifetime, though it wasn't you. And you're like, "But I didn't do it, but you look like someone who did." And you're like, "How is that fair?" And it's not, to hold you responsible for someone else's actions. But there's this energetic barrier of fear that's up, going on there, Shay. So hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Lost my place. So there we are. So, Bear, hello, hello. So, will you master J in 2 years on level that you'll need in order to do business? All right, let's take a look here. Will you master J in 2 years? All right. Okay. I'm like, just one card, and that's all you need. When you get the King of Pentacles, the ruler of Earth, the outside world of abundance, this is a yes. It's the journey, it's abundance, it's overflowingness, it's they rule the outside world. They understand how the outside world works because they've gone through the entire suit of pentacles. So, I like it. It's that is a positive affirmation for you, Bear. So, congratulations. I like it. Based on current energy, keep doing what you're doing. All right. And let's see, we did those. We did those. Just make sure here. I don't want to skip over anyone. Okay. All right. Zoom, zoom, zoom. All right. So we're down to Lisa. All right, Lisa. So, will you hear back from the company headcount to move forward with them? All right. Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know here? Will you hear back from the company? All right. Here's the other card. All right. Yep, I do see here. Here's forward. That's funny. because you got the elder of air, which is the king of swords, master of communication. So hearing back is confirmed with the first card. And then to move forward, it's funny that they'd actually give you a four of earth, a four of pentacles, the outside world, four of the outside world, forward. So very positive outcome here with both of those. So that would be a yes based on those cards there, Lisa. Easy breezy. We like that. And yeah, the four of earth is a very solid foundation in the outside world. So I feel like it's especially the king, master of communication. I feel like that's going to be sooner than later. So maybe even like next week you'll hear back. But I feel definitely by the end of the year. But I feel like you will hear back. Well, the next week being Christmas, I can see how you might get it earlier in the week or it might be the week after, but definitely by the end of the year, I feel like you'll get the notification. Absolutely, I love that for you. So many blessings to you, Lisa. And then Alexis, there you are. Hello, hello. And you'd like a general reading, so let's take a look here. All right. What does Spirit want you to know right now, Alexis? Let's see here. All right. I do feel here that with this Hermit card, this is like Spirit calling you to step back, connect upward, really look and see, um, ask for guidance, ask for clarity, because you have the Ace of Air here, which is new ideas, new creativity, clarity about things coming in. And through this connection and connecting to this higher knowledge, the 3 of Wands is that you then are like, "Oh, okay, with that, then I'm not gonna go the way I thought I was. I'm changing direction." And it's you changing direction, not something being changed for you. But it is important for you to connect and get that clarity from Spirit. They're the eye in the sky. They see all, they know all. They are the true know-it-alls. And so they won't meddle in our life or pester us besides what we asked them to do before we came down here, but of our own free will we can ask them to meddle in our lives and to bring us clarity and signs and synchronicities and information we need, whatever it may be. And they will help us. They want to, but they won't. They'll honor our power of choice and free will and go, well, they want to try doing that themselves, so let them do it. Nothing's gonna happen to them. They're eternal beings. Yeah, and if it gets to where we're putting ourselves in bodily human danger, they'll start giving us all these messages. Danger, danger. Will Robinson, right? So they'll start giving us things. So trust them. And I love that. They're inviting you to step back, connect with them, and they'll give you the knowledge and information that you need to make the decision, and it'll become a very easy, obvious decision once this ding little light bulb goes off. So I like that for you, Alexis. That's what they have for you right now. All right. And then Angshi, you are up next. You want to know, will things go long term with heat tender sing? All right, let's take a look here. See what they have to say here. All right, so these are the two. You know, I don't feel so with them. You got the 9 of air, which is the 9 of swords. It's the nightmare and insomnia card, which this shows that you're reaching this point of looking at things and seeing things from a different perspective because you're clearing away these small t truths that are rooted in fear of losing love or rejection or failure, whatever it may be. And you're realizing there's all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts about relationships that you're like, these are not mine. These are things I learned and took on from other people, other people's opinions. And so this Nine of Swords is almost to the point of exhaustion of, I don't want to live up all to all that stuff just to hit meets expectations, to back to ground zero, trying to do all this just to, meet what is expected. This is the freeing of that, letting go of those things. And then the Four of Cups brings you in a love unlike any other, which is what that's why I feel like this is like things don't go long term with them, because I feel like your heart gets to say so because the mind is peeling away all these rules and taking the heart out of the cage, and then the heart goes, let me show you a love like no other, and it's outside of all these expectations, outside of fear. It's a higher vibrational love that you experience later because you release yourself from all these things. So I don't feel like it's long term with them. I feel like you release yourself from a lot of fear, a lot of rules, and then you're able to find, like I said, this love like nothing you felt like in this lifetime. So I like that for you, Anshi, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Amber. Hang in there, my dear. And then Tanmoy Shakma. Hi. So you want to know, will Nabanita Shakma and Tanmoy Shakma will be reconcile in 2024 for long term? All right, let's take a look here. You're welcome, Angshi. Let's take a look here. Will there be reconciliation in 2024? Okay. And any other year. Let's take a look. Let's just double check, right? While we're doing cards, right? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Well, these are positive cards. So I feel like, and I don't get reconciliations a lot. That's why I'm surprised. Oh, wow. You might actually have one. So there's possibilities here. The Seven of Fire, the Seven of Wands is about being seen and having this coming out on top, and other people may not like it, but this is about like being the sun, and the sun doesn't ask permission to shine. It's about being true to yourself, not shrinking in any of that. And I feel like this is an important thing for you because you don't want to go into this a reconciliation um trying to be who you think they should be, otherwise they'll leave again or whatever. It's like you got to be true to you, and that's going to be such an important part of this, is that um it's like someone who is like, I deserve this and this and this, and this is what I want in our relationship. And if they're like, no, you can't have that, blah 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 blah, you're like, "Psh, too bad then, get out." But I feel like with you standing up for yourself and you shining bright, that's what allows the reconciliation to happen, because you're not shrinking, you're not lessening yourself, you're showing the powerfulness. So a lot of looking into your own heart and raising your love vibration, raising your self love, your self worth, looking at the thoughts and beliefs that make you feel small, restricted, powerless, and really stepping into your power is such an important piece of this. So there is a possibility, but it takes you doing that. Because if you do like what you were, then you're going to get what you got before, which is ending of the relationship again. We can't continue to do what we've always done to have it end up the same. And I feel when you do that, I mean, you've got the Wheel of Fortune coming in. Whoops, I don't mean to flip you off here. Let me change fingers. That was a little rude. The Wheel of Fortune, which is even your human feels it's fortunate what unfolds. And you've got the Four of Wands, which is balanced energy, and the marriage um, energy, and the Knight of Fire. Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight, which means it comes out of nowhere. But it takes you definitely that 7 of fire, the 7 of wands. You have to come into your own and not feel like I'm incomplete without anybody. I'm, less than, I have to walk on eggshells, whatever. It's like you step out of all the fears and you're like, I am me and unapologetically you. And they love that confidence. They love that energy because they don't want someone who just does and says and follows them around and takes care of them and, is like a servant. They don't want that. They want someone who is challenges them, stands their ground, and it's like, "What?" And it's very attractive to them. So that's what is coming in there, Tenmoy. So hang in there. I love the journey that you're in, but ultimately, it's about you raising that self love and that self worth. So it's a beautiful journey on when you're on the other side looking back. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. See here, Amber. 2-year-old and hissing cat. That's right. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that, Amber. You're very welcome, Tanmoy. All right, Infinity is one. Thank you so much for your sticker comment. I love the black cat. I love black kitties. So thank you so much for that donation. And you want to know, will Leo talk to you again? Uh-oh. What did you do? No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. Will they talk to you again? Yeah, yeah. What else? All right. Well, we've got a lot of communication here eventually, but it starts off 9 of Earth. And the 9 of Earth, 9 of Pentacles is about you being by yourself in the outside world with spirit, working on working on self, Um, so it's gonna be a little bit first because I feel like they're also having this kind of parallel. They're working on themselves. And then you have 9, 8. It's almost like I was like, oh, it's counting down. You have the 8 of Swords, which is both of you realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped. And it's a good flowing number because you're stepping out of all these thoughts and mindsets that had restricted you before. So it's a good progression there. Then, so after that, I feel like it's a little bit that you guys have that reflective time. I mean, then I do feel like you guys will communicate again here with the 4 of Swords, which is mental stability, but it's also solid communication. So I like this. Maybe it's going to be after the Mercury retrograde because we're in the middle of Mercury retrograde right now, which impacts communication. So that definitely can cause things from below to bubble up and come out here and come in there. But we like this here. You've got the Empress, which is number 3. You've got the Queen of Water, which is very empathic, and you've got the 3 of Wands too. Now, with this Empress card here and the Queen of Water, the Empress rules over all the queens, and so the Empress ultimately has 5 cups, 5 parts cups or 5 parts water, 1 part earth, 1 part fire, 1 part air. So she's very emotional, and it's very new birth energy coming in with the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture energy, following your gut and following your instinct too. Because with that 3 of Wands, that is about changing direction on how you communicate and how you interact in the future. So you'll talk again, but I feel like with this inner reflection and everything that's going on here, it's like it's a new birth happens. It's like when you're both on the other side of this and you communicate, then you approach it differently and you see things differently than you did before. And there's some freedom that comes from some fears, which is what the Eight of, you know, Swords is about, is becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, our fears that kept us blinded and bound and trapped and mummified. Like, oh, those spiders, those scary spiders. Reminds me of Harry Potter. But yeah, so there is this um process, this countdown that it takes to get there, but I feel like it's to get a solid communication again, things have to change within. So all right, so that's what's going on there. Infinity is one, and thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. And then Pramia, you are up next. So you're very welcome, Infinity. So Pramia, you want to know, how will your license exam on the 24th of January? Could you clear it? Anything good coming in your life? Well, what's good is that you're out of Mercury retrograde by then. Let's take a look here. So what does Spirit want you to know here about this exam on the 24th and anything good coming into your life here? Yeah, so you have the Four of Wands, which is joy and celebration. So I like this. I feel like you will be happy with your outcome that you have on January 24th with what you do here, especially if you go into the exam in this feeling of joy and celebration. Because when we're in fear, we don't have access to our beautiful, intelligent brain. And I like when they talk about exams, joy usually comes out, which is hilarious because it's so true. You know how people say I don't test well. It's called test anxiety, same as interview anxiety, stage fright. You know, all of this. What happens when we freeze and go, I forget things, I don't know things. What's happening is because our inner child feels unsafe and out of control. It goes into fear mode. It throws out the connection to our brain because it doesn't want us to stand there thinking, is that a jaguar or a lion? It doesn't matter. Yep, they're eating you. It's you're like, oh, all right. It doesn't want us to think, so it shuts off access to our brilliant brain that's been studying, storing all that knowledge, taking in all the lectures, hearing all the stuff. It's all stored in there. We have access to it. When we're in a place of joy and celebration and gratitude, that's a fear killer, and that allows us to have this beautiful, beautiful calmness and access to all our brilliance. And so go in with joy, and you'll be very joyful about your um, results of your license exam. And then anything good coming in your life, you do have the Six of Cups here, and the Six of Water, the Six of Cups does tell me that you're going to be coming across someone very important, who's going to be important in your life, and the Six of Cups is like past life connections for you, which is going to feel like you've known them forever and ever and ever. And you may not even have known them in this lifetime at all, but you're like, where do I know you from? And they're like, I don't know. I go, where did you live before here? And they're like, Alaska. And you're like, okay, no, I wouldn't know you from there. Well, what about where'd you work? What did this? And you find out nothing. And then you guys jokingly, you might even say, maybe I knew you from a past life. And they're like, do you believe in that? And I go, I do. And you're like, I bet we did. And then you discover, that you just have this bond that feels like you've known each other for a long time, and you both feel it. And I feel like it's a beautiful connection that you have with it. Is it going to be romantic? You never know. It doesn't show me neither yes or no here, but you have the Page of Earth on the bottom, which is Page of Pentacles, new opportunities that open up in the outside world. So who knows what possibilities? It's like endless possibilities that could unfold between the two of you. Doesn't necessarily need to be romantic, though. All right, so that's what we have for you, Premia. So many blessings to you. All right. We've said those. We looked at those. Yeah, I like that, Amber. Try not to see the entire staircase, just the next step. I like it. We get exhausted if you feel like I got 1,000 steps to go. It's like, just look at the very next step. Very healthy. I like it. You are very welcome. And you're very welcome, Premia. And infinity is one. Many blessings to all of you. All right. Well, we actually reached the bottom of the chat. So going to be headed out here, and I'm going to go be joining my praying mantis here in about 30 minutes anyway. And let me make sure everyone knows I did put out winter and winter summer solstice pick a card reading here. Here's the link, and it's a really cool one. They actually did also added on a second portion to the reading, so you have a choice between three different pick a cards, and then you can also choose between there's a reading for each of the zodiac signs, like a one card theme that they picked for each of the 3 months of the entire solstice. And they also wanted to include like all the planets from your birth chart and what they rule over. So if you want to see during these 3 months what like let's say Saturn energy is like your work ethic, your work, and different things. If you know where your Saturn lies, like what sign, then you can go look at that sign, the message for the theme, and that's the message for you for what your work is going to look like during those 3 months. Or love, you can look at Venus. You want to know about your relationship with Mother. You can look at the Moon. You want to know about your relationship with masculine energy, your Mars, so it's really cool if you're interested to check that out. And of course, the solstice in December also marks the beginning of Capricorn season. So a couple days ago, we put out a Capricorn pick a card. And so happy birthday to all you Capricorn sun babies. There is a pick a card for everyone for three. And then there's a special bonus birthday reading that's a 3 month forecast for Capricorn sun babies. So be sure to check that out. Or if you know a Capricorn sun baby, hey, send them the link and say, here for your birthday. And then if you haven't checked out my monthly drawing video, this talks about the winners from November and also how you can enter for a chance to win a 30-minute past life reading. Yes, I offer past life readings to the public, and here's the video that was the announcement of past life readings. Tells you all about what's in them and what comes with them and the options, and they are introductory rate half off between now and the end of the year. And like a 30-minute past life reading you can get for $10 right now, and an hour past life reading for $25 US. So if you're interested in any of those, all that information is in the description box of the video or on that booking link there too. So I love it. All right. And again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you give the video. It does tell me you enjoy the free readings and it helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys for all doing that. And I love all of your thirst for hearing from Spirit. So until we chat again, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then not again until next Friday. So if you want to tune in tomorrow, I'll be back on. And until then, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you, much love to you. You guys hang in there, and you take care. We'll see you.